Hello, this is Lisa. So I'm going to walk you through a project that I did recently. We can watch it together. So I'm crunching down what took almost 4 hours into 5 minutes, but basically the project is supposed to be, it's like a quick, low budget, nice, sweet gift that a guy and his siblings are giving their parents. And it's their parents' 50th anniversary, and so he made up this story about them that is a period piece, and he wanted somebody to make kind of little cartoons of it. Here I was like, what would be realistic or funny to put in the window of a 19 I think this is supposed to happen in 68, something like that. So in the 60s, how much were eggs and how much was milk? So I went with accurate. Um, yeah, so it's just kind of creating the setting. I, of course, had Bob's Burgers in mind. And I also, as always, struggled with color. If I would have, originally, I would have loved to have done this in like a really bright Simpsons type color scheme, like crazy and really bright. But he's going to be printing this. I can only imagine like on an inkjet printer or something like that. So if he's going to be printing this on paper, I didn't want to put too much color because color is tricky. It ends up being muddy. So eventually, thinking of that, I ended up keeping everything mostly white and then just like one pastel. The car was tricky. He gave me photo reference, but I was doing a completely different angle. So actually here it looks like I'm coloring the car, but what I was really doing was trying to build the car using just shape. Like I was using block of color to kind of sculpt a little car right there on the canvas. And then it was kind of fun like trying to figure out what should go under the hood. I just went from memory. I used to drive around a 82 Honda Accord and it was carbureted, so I was like, I know, where does the radiator go? I know what the carburetor looks like. I put the pistons behind the carburetor, which I think is right. Lots of hoses, I don't know. Anyway, good enough. So then the idea was he wanted to have his mom, like the story's about his parents when they were like in their early 20s and they first met, and he wanted to have his mom like working on the car. So I was like, yes. I think he like, this is about his parents meeting, so they're supposed to be attracted to each other. But I also wanted his mom to just be kind of cool. So I could have put her in some super sexy pose, but I wanted her to do something realistic. So she's just checking the dipstick on the oil because that's realistic. So then his dad is supposed to be just chilling in the car and daydreaming in his story. I really struggled with the arm, tried a couple different angles, and finally I just gave up. I was like, put your arm down, Dad. So that's what that looks like. And yeah, you have a whole scene. He's daydreaming about his childhood and watching a TV show called Winky Dinks, which was a real TV show back in the late 40s, early 50s. And in his daydream, he's mad because his little friend figured out the Winky Dink thing before he did, or whatever. It was a pretty cool show. Like, you were supposed to put paper on your television set, and you could see the cartoon image through the paper, and so you were supposed to draw and like help Winky Dink. Winky Dink was kind of like a lemming or something. You're supposed to like draw a little bridge to help Winky Dink cross or whatever. That was really cool for back then, or even now. So with this kid, I thought of making him look like Winky Dink because Winky Dink has like star-shaped hair. He looks kind of like a old Super Saiyan or something, but then I was like, never mind. And then, with the dad, I kind of decided that hat means dad. If the human is wearing a hat, then it must be the dad. Okay, so then in this next frame, I decided to save some time by reusing the background and just zooming in a little bit. And with this, the dad's leaned forward because now he's thinking about his future wife, like, oh man, I wonder if I should marry her. So that's what he's thinking. And then again, like, I'm already like going over time on this project, so I just kept the mom's pose the same, but I have her looking towards the dad's friend, who in this scene, the friend is supposed to be egging the dad on. Oh, okay, so then I accidentally forgot to record a whole bunch. The guy who commissioned me just wanted a nice picture of his parents like walking off into the sunset or something like that. So I saw the opportunity to really drive home like, this is your parents. Let me like really reference the photo. So I honestly just kind of traced the photo and put a little background behind there. Anyway, okay, that's all. Bye.